President Trump has just announced he's signed the bill compelling the Justice Department to release the Jeffrey Epstein files. Now, he made the announcement a short time ago on Truth Social. I want to bring in senior legal analyst Ellie Honig. So, all right, so he signed it. What now happens? What would, in any normal circumstances, happen at the Department of Justice? And do we know what's going to happen here? Because Pam Bondi has come out talking about this new investigation, which the president urged her to take.
So all of this is highly abnormal. I mean, in a regular case, DOJ would never just open up its files like this, but we have a piece of legislation now just signed into law moments ago. That triggers DOJ's 30 days. They now have 30 days to make all of this public, to get it over to Congress, which actually puts the disclosure right on the eve of Christmas, December 19th or so. One really important thing I want people to understand, though, there's a huge loophole in the law itself that President Trump just signed, and that says that DOJ does not have to make public any materials relating to ongoing criminal investigations. And what that means is it's going to be up to Pam Bondi and Todd Blanche and Kash Patel. If they want to say, well, that relates to some ongoing investigation, it will be redacted or it will be left out, and we will not see that. So I know there's this expectation of now we're going to see everything. Not necessarily so.
What's so extraordinary about this, though, is Kash Patel was the guy who was on all these podcasts when he was not the FBI director under Democrats during when President Biden was in power, saying, look, they could release this stuff right away. It's, right. The FBI could do this right away. He's now in charge of the FBI, and he's going to be one of the people determining what is actually released.
Kash Patel has been through several iterations, right? Initially, it was why aren't they disclosing everything? Then let's not forget, July, 4 months ago, both Kash Patel and Pam Bondi endorsed a memo that said nothing to see here, no further cases to be brought, moving along. Right, and now they're on all the way the other side again.
And the only thing that's changed, there was no point in having an investigation months ago, which was clearly something the president wanted. And then all of a sudden, the president just recently says, sends her a very public message saying there should be an investigation. These Democrats, Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, and Reid Hoffman. And now it seems like that will be, perhaps, if they're going to have some reason to block a release, that would be the reason.
That's sort of the paradox of it, by the way. If they are actually doing what the law says and blocking out information on ongoing criminal investigations, then the information they'll be blocking is information on if they're investigating Bill Clinton or Larry Summers. That should be the stuff that should be redacted out. But, there's the clip today where someone asked Pam Bondi, what's with the sudden turnaround from 4 months ago when you said nothing to see here to now, yes, sir, Mr. President, we're turning it all over. And she said sort of tersely new information. Right. Count me skeptical of that. These cases have been going on for decades. The victims have come forward. They have spoken years ago. I am suspicious of this claim that something brand new came along.
It seems like the new information is, A, the president telling her to launch this, and also the information that came out that House Democrats released saying, some of these emails, which is the reason we've now heard about Larry Summers and the Bill Clinton references.
Exactly, which are entirely political factors. They're not new investigative information. It's not something new. It's not as if there was some previously unknown victim.
They had access to, the government had 100%. Access to those emails themselves.
Yeah, from day one. And I do want to make this point because I've been asked this quite a bit. Can people still realistically be charged because it all happened so long ago? And the answer is yes. If you look at federal law, there's actually, and Ghislaine Maxwell actually appealed on this basis. She said, well, the conduct that was alleged against me was back from the 1990s. I got charged in 2020. That's too late. And the Court of Appeals, Second Circuit, said, no, there's essentially no statute of limitations. So if they can show that somebody was involved in interstate movement of a minor for sex, that person can still be charged. I think that's probably what the victims are most care about at this point.
Ellie Honig, thanks very much.
Thanks, Anders.
Coming up next, my exclusive conversation with House Speaker Emerita Nancy Pelosi, the first since she's